Hope you enjoyed day one. This is Sullivan Adams gave my latest review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, Arc 5, episode 92, A Tragic Reunion. This episode was by far one of the most crazy episodes, especially if you've seen it and you understand this, you can understand why. Like this is like leading up to the continuation of what happened with all the four dragons on the field. Odd Eyes, Nice Dark Rebellion, Clearwing, and Star Venom finally making its appearance in the anime. And this, hey, all the you, 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 all the Yuyas are reacting at once. Yuya and his counterparts, Yugo, the Yuto inside him, they're all going crazy right now. As these dragons, as they're howling, and the reaction is much stronger. All four dragons are in one spot. Like now, this is a crazy moment. I don't think. So this is a very crazy moment because the dragons like they always had a connection, and this just adds to the mystery. For example, uh, 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 the disturbance, the disturbance that's having all four dragons in one spot, like it creates some kind of odd disturbance in the sky, like storm clouds filled with energy. This storm cloud, these energy, probably what happens is all four dragons are in one spot together. They're howling, calling out to each other. This is like a very and Yuya and the others are saying that we have waited for this. The time has come for our revival. Like we become one. Like it's like it's adding more to the mystery. Like why do some of these people share the same face? Like Yuya and his doppelgangers and Yuzu and their doppelgangers. Why do they all share the same face? Hey, but I'll get to that later. Like and it gets worse and worse and worse as the darkness that's inside of Yuya as he goes full on rage mode. Oh, it affects Dark Rebellion and in Odd Eyes. Oh, and the other two dragons are feeling the effects, Venom and Clearwing, in the dragons. And I see Yuri, he's walking towards him. It looks like Yuri is going to be the next to become absorbed. Like, Yuya was already powerful when he had Yuto inside him. Well, imagine Yuri, who's basically a sociopath. So, this is right now a very worse for wear situation they're dealing with right now. Oh, and he said, and his last words is like, "Now we become one." But it's Yuzu who manages to snap him out of it. Yeah, like it's Yuzu who manages to snap him out of it because she arrives just in time. She's been following her instincts, the bracelet, and the disturbances. And, she holds the key, so it explains a lot. But I'll get into that situation. Yuzu now she manages to calm down Yuya's rage, and even makes Yuri and even knocks Yugo and Yuri unconscious. Like she somehow calmed him. Like I'll get, and it's weird. Like it just adds to the situation. Like adds to the mystery. I'll get into that in a little bit. I'll get to that in a little bit. Just let's keep watching. And things, now that Yuzu's been found, I don't know. Balak, he's more determined now. He wants Yuya to surrender, but Yuya, he's not the kind of guy who gives up. Because it means if he gives up, that he's losing. Like, because he's not. He promised that he wouldn't, or let Yuzu be taken or Selena. So, and Balak respects him because he's as a duelist, someone who was willing to go through all this to protect his friends. So he has Balak's respect. And Balor said one the same thing, before when he dueled Rangy, like, you have my respect, you earned my medal for me, but, that's something. But that's all. And now it's up to this. The situation, Yuya, he's getting messed up. But how Yuzu also comes in, so does Sergey. Sergey comes in and he interferes. He gets hit with the intrusion penalty. Like, right now, he's like, that intrusion penalty is like a gaping hole right now. Just getting hit with 2,000 point advantage, but Sergey doesn't mind. He's used to pain. He's like the Freddy Krueger of this show. Trust me. I'll get into that later, especially when it's thorns. They call him a monster, and that's a good reason. The situation for them is like very dire right now. About Alec, he doesn't want Sergey to disappear. I think Sergey is like his doppelganger. But this is patient, like Anyway, the situation, you know, Sergey, he comes out of nowhere and he starts to duel. How he summons his Earthbound prison, which traps people, has his effect, negates effects. How it traps Yuzu in a prison. We know he's all about prison, bondage, and horrible pain, stuff like that, torture. How he traps Yuzu, and how he summons out these two monsters. How they, how these creatures are like Earthbound. How these new monsters remind me of the Earthbound gods. The Earthbound Immortals. The dark from the Dark Signer arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D. This is like paying a little more of an homage, even though they're not technically Earthbound Immortals. But they're Earth, but Earthbound. They're like reminiscence of the Earthbounds, especially when they glow, when they have those dark when they are black with one color scheme applied to them. Kind of like dark, half black, half color. Like half different color like red and blue or yellow. Like the Earthbound Immortals. I think Earthbound Immortals are better. The situation for them is like very dire right now. And Sergey, he brings out this new card, which allows him to synchro and fusion summon at once using the very monsters he summoned. It's like a very bad situation. And Roger says himself, this is a hybrid of dueling from both Dual Academy, Academia, and in the fusion dimension and in the secret dimension city. And he combined them and created this new card. I bet. This card is very gnarly, and he summons both these new Earthbound monsters, Earthbound Geo Griffin, Earthbound Geocratic, and it lets Sergey completely wipe the floor with Ballot, and it OTKs him. It literally OTKs Ballot and that is a major move. Oh, like one turn kill Ballot, and Ballot, he's he's still determined to fulfill his mission, and how when he gets knocked down. How he gets knocked down in front of Selena, but he has one final trick up his sleeve. He uses the transporter device on his dual disc to send both him and Selena to Dual Academy. It's a very bad situation. And even though Balor got defeated, but he got defeated by another enemy who's not their ally. And they just lost one of their comrades, and that's just bad. But But with Ballot lost, it's time for Yuya to step in. Now that Ballot's been defeated, he can go ahead and duel. But there's still a part of him that wants to see how, and he wants to. He still has the Smile World card, but there's still a part of him that's struggling. And there's also a part of him that's venting his hatred against Sergey, because Sergey knocked Yuzu off the duel track and nearly killed her. And he's expressing his anger. But it's Yuzu who calms him down, saying, "Please don't get angry." The expression and I saw in your face earlier, it was like he was someone else, and she was right. She doesn't want, and Yuzu, he's trying to calm himself down to not make sure what happened doesn't happen again. But he wants to duel, but it has to be he has to do it in a different way that's not bringing smiles to people. So he has no choice but to not use Smile World. In fact, he probably did that earlier. Smile World. Would have been his salvation, but he didn't. Anyway, he got rid of Smile World to destroy the prison card. And he uses his two dragons to summon All Eyes Rebellion. All Eyes Rebellion, he completely destroys Geo Griffin. However, Geo Griffin has a special ability which allows him to destroy a monster that destroys an Earthbound monster. And now he's wide open for Geocracken to attack. So basically, and Geocracken lands a direct attack. Sergey wins, and Roger orders Sergey to capture Yuzu, and he gets Yuzu, and he runs off. He flies off. He has like rocket boots. And in just one night. They lost two of their comrades. The Lancers are now down by 2. Selena, she He is right now back in the fusion dimension engine. I mean, because of ballot, that means she's going to be under Academy's watch 24 hours a day. However, Yuzu is not completely out of arm's reach. He's still in the synchro dimension. They just got to get her back from Roger. Back from Roger, who's under now. But Roger, he's probably going to keep her in a nice, in a very nice spot. Keeping her in a very place that she can't escape from. It's very bad. You know. But then thing I got. There's one thing I gotta say. And I gotta say, there's this. Like, what did you think of the four Yuyas becoming one? And like, people have been theorizing that the four dimensions, Yugo, Synchro, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Standard were all one dimension, and the Yuyas were all one Yuyas, and the four dragons were all one dragon, and the four Bracer girls, Rudy, Yuzu, Selena, and Rin were all one person. But when the dimensions split, they all became split themselves into pieces. This, if this and that means at some point they were apart. That means at one point they got to come together. I can't wait to see how they explain that more. But that's all I got. That's all the time I got. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching the subscribe. Thank you. This is still Living Dynasty. My name. You are now just of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 episode 92. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching the subscribe. Thank you.